I think it's up to 90%. We said 8 by 90% of communication is non-verbal communication. So we might be saying one thing, but how we feel can be quite different.
The teacher asked, can anyone actually define empathy? And no one really knew what it was.
I didn't really understand fully what the difference between empathy and sympathy and all this, but I've kind of began to understand fully empathy is kind of stepping into their shoes instead of feeling sorry and doing nothing.
Having a discussion in an all-boys school around empathy in itself is very powerful. And I see with lads with just when it comes to listening. And from when we started, first of all, to now, they've got a lot more proactive in discussing about how they feel about things and about scenarios that happen in school regarding empathy.
It doesn't have to turn into this big ugly fight or argument. I can just discuss stereotyping and prejudice. I do think that stems from ignorance in a lot of cases. I think that's just people, they don't actually know about what they're talking about, and they might have seen one story in the news and then that shifts their mindset forever. If we are taught now, I think that would be a lot easier for us when we're older.
The more discussion that they have around understanding and making sense of the world, like people like Donald Trump, if young people see the wider picture, they get to understand, different religions, different backgrounds, and they see what that's all about. More kind of just slowing it down and hearing people actively listening to where people are coming from and why they're speaking like they're speaking. That can create, greater empathy. So I think it's very powerful that it comes from them. It's not the teachers telling them. It's actually the kids talking about that. Well, what we're saying to each other, what we say over social media, whether it's to do with Facebook or Twitter, it does hit back at someone, on the other side of the screen. When we start with young people, the next generation, they're the voice of tomorrow. They can be activators of change.